What is up, Hollywood men fam? Get ready because the news cycle is moving at warp speed, and we've got the absolute hottest updates dropping right here, right now. You don't want to miss a second of this as we dive headfirst into the stories that are about to dominate the conversation. We're kicking things off with a legendary collaboration that's making waves. Next up, we're diving into a personal revelation from one of Hollywood's most respected figures. A moment that's got everyone talking about the finer points of identity and how we share it. Then, we're getting even more personal as we uncover a widespread linguistic slip-up that has been happening for decades, directly from the man himself, revealing a common mistake many of us have been making without even realizing it. And finally, we pull back the curtain on the genesis of a highly anticipated cinematic event, exploring the serendipitous call that brought two iconic talents back together. Stick around, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. A cinematic powerhouse reunited. One of cinema's most iconic actor-director pairings is back in the spotlight, and the excitement is palpable. Denzel Washington, a titan of the screen, is reuniting with the visionary director Spike Lee for their fifth collaboration, marking their first project together in nearly 2 decades. This highly anticipated film is a fresh take on Akira Kurosawa's 1963 classic, High and Low, a gripping noir kidnapping thriller. Lee has masterfully transplanted the intense narrative to the gritty, fast-paced streets of modern-day New York City, infusing it with his signature style and contemporary relevance. The story centers on a music mogul, portrayed by Washington, renowned for his unparalleled best ears in the business. His world is thrown into chaos when a sophisticated ransom plot targets him, forcing him to confront a life-or-death moral quandary. The film's setting within the vibrant, high-stakes world of the music industry ensures a dynamic backdrop, featuring a star-studded cast that includes prominent pop-rap artists like A$AP Rocky, Ice Spice, and Princess Nokia, alongside acclaimed actors such as Jeffrey Wright and Wendell Pierce. This reunion not only signifies a major cinematic event, but also a deep-seated artistic trust and mutual respect between Washington and Lee, built over years of groundbreaking work. Their collaboration promises to deliver a compelling narrative with powerful performances and a keen social commentary, as is characteristic of Spike, Lee's acclaimed filmography. The film itself is set to captivate audiences with its blend of suspense, drama, and a deep exploration of ethical dilemmas, all against the backdrop of a music scene in flux. The anticipation for this project is immense, with fans eager to see how Lee and Washington will reinterpret this classic tale for a new generation. It's a testament to their enduring artistic connection and their shared vision for impactful storytelling. The film is poised to be a major talking point in the industry, celebrating a partnership that has consistently delivered cinematic excellence and pushed the boundaries of storytelling. The unique approach to adapting a beloved classic, coupled with the magnetic presence of Denzel Washington and the directorial prowess of Spike Lee, sets the stage for a truly unforgettable viewing experience. This reunion has sent ripples of excitement through both film circles and the music industry, with many eager to see how the dynamic duo tackles a modern interpretation of a classic thriller. Analysts are already predicting critical acclaim and significant box office draw, highlighting the power of such a celebrated partnership. Hold onto your seats, because the story of this cinematic reunion is even more fascinating than you might think. Next, we're diving into a personal revelation from one of Hollywood's most respected figures, a moment that's got everyone talking about the finer points of identity and how we share it. A name revealed, the Denzel Washington pronunciation debacle. In a moment that has charmed and educated viewers alike, Hollywood icon Denzel Washington recently appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and shed light on a surprisingly common mispronunciation of his own name. For years, fans and media personalities alike have stumbled over the phonetics of his distinct first name, and Washington himself has decided it's time to set the record straight. The revelation came during a lighthearted segment where Kimmel noted an uptick in babies named Denzel, particularly since Washington's first Oscar win in 1989 for Glory. This sparked Washington's humorous anecdote about how the unique pronunciation came to be, stemming from a playful dynamic with his mother. He explained that his mother would often call out to him and his father, who shared the same first name, causing both to respond. To differentiate, his mother began calling him Denzel, emphasizing the second syllable, which inadvertently became the popular, albeit incorrect, pronunciation. The actor clarified that the actual pronunciation is a more concise, Denzel, with a short L sound akin to the word able, rather than the softer, more drawn-out ale sound often heard, similar to gazelle. This personal detail adds a humanizing touch to the celebrated actor, revealing a simple, everyday quirk that has followed him throughout his illustrious career. The impact of his name's pronunciation is further underscored by the noticeable increase in people named Denzel, especially in fields like the NFL, where prior to 1987, there were no players with the name, and now there are 4. This phenomenon highlights Washington's significant cultural footprint and the widespread admiration he commands. The actor's willingness to share such a personal detail in a public forum not only provides clarity, but also fosters a sense of connection with his audience, demonstrating that even global superstars navigate common linguistic nuances. It's a relatable moment that reminds us of the subtle ways identity and family history shape our lives and how a simple name can carry a unique story. The anecdote serves as a charming reminder of the personal histories behind public figures and the enduring legacy of Denzel Washington, both on and off the screen. This amusing revelation has sparked widespread conversation online, with many fans sharing their own experiences of mispronouncing names and expressing delight at learning the correct way to say Denzel. But the stories don't stop there. We're about to uncover a common mistake many of us have been making for years without even realizing it. Then, we're getting even more personal as we uncover a widespread linguistic slip-up that has been happening for decades, directly from the man himself, revealing a common mistake many of us have been making without even realizing it. The name game, Denzel Washington corrects decades of mispronunciation. In a candid and widely shared moment, Denzel Washington has revealed that a fundamental aspect of how his name is pronounced has been incorrect for the majority of his celebrated career. Speaking on Jimmy Kimmel Live, the esteemed actor, who has been a fixture in Hollywood for decades, shared that fans and colleagues alike have been committing a cardinal sin by mispronouncing his first name. The conversation arose as Kimmel noted the significant increase in people named Denzel, a trend that has surged particularly since Washington's Oscar win for Glory in 1989. Washington, with a characteristic blend of humor and clarity, explained the origin of the common mispronunciation, attributing it to a familial anecdote involving his father, who shared the same name. His mother, in an effort to distinguish between them, began calling him Denzel, elongating the second syllable. This familial distinction, however, inadvertently led to the widespread pronunciation that emphasizes the E sound, much like in the word gazelle. Washington set the record straight, stating that the correct pronunciation is a more concise, Denzel, featuring a short L sound, similar to the end of the word able. This revelation highlights how a personal or familial nuance can become a public norm, often without the individual's direct intervention until a moment like this. The impact of his name is evident not just in popular culture, but also in demographic shifts. Prior to 1987, the year of his first Oscar nomination, there were no NFL players named Denzel. Today, there are 4, a clear testament to his influence. The actor also touched upon other celebrities facing similar pronunciation issues, mentioning Kirsten Dunst's own experience with her name being frequently mispronounced. Washington's willingness to share this detail offers a relatable, humanizing element, reminding audiences that even global icons navigate everyday linguistic quirks. It underscores the power of a name and the stories it carries, often shaped by personal history and public perception. The ease with which he shared this piece of information, coupled with the audience's enthusiastic reception, shows a deep appreciation for his candor and a renewed interest in the man behind the iconic roles. This moment serves as a fun piece of trivia that connects fans more closely to the actor, offering a glimpse into the personal side of a Hollywood legend. This amusing revelation has sparked widespread conversation online, with many fans sharing their own experiences of mispronouncing names and expressing delight at learning the correct way to say Denzel. But the story of how legendary collaborations come to be is just as captivating. And finally, we pull back the curtain on the genesis of a highly anticipated cinematic event, exploring the serendipitous call that brought two iconic talents back together. The genesis of a cinematic reunion, how one call sparked a new masterpiece. "Let me tell you the truth," begins Spike Lee, his voice brimming with the characteristic energy that defines his directorial approach. He's about to unveil the origin story of his latest thriller and moral tale, Highest to Lowest, a film that marks his fifth cinematic collaboration with the legendary Denzel Washington, and crucially, their first in nearly 2 decades. The genesis of this project was as unexpected as it was pivotal. Out of nowhere, the phone rang and I didn't recognize the number. It was Denzel saying, "I've got a script. I'll send it FedEx. Read it and call me back." Lee recounts, admitting that even before hanging up, he knew he was committed. This impulsive agreement, he explains, is rooted in the profound love and trust, or trust and love, that defines their decades-long working relationship. The script Lee received was a modern reimagining of Akira Kurosawa's 1963 classic, High and Low. Lee emphasizes that it's an interpolation, not a remake, a distinction he carefully guards. The narrative transports the original kidnapping thriller to the bustling, complex landscape of contemporary New York City. The story follows David King, a Brooklyn-based music producer, portrayed by Washington, whose life unravels when his son, Trey, is kidnapped along with the son of his driver, Paul Christopher, played by Jeffrey Wright. The perpetrator is a disgruntled aspiring rapper, young felon, played by AAP Rocky. The ransom demand is a staggering $17.5 million, a sum King has recently secured. A critical plot twist occurs when the kidnapper mistakenly releases King's son instead of the driver's son, Kyle. This forces King into an agonizing decision. Does he sacrifice his fortune for a stranger's child? Lee's adaptation deviates significantly from Kurosawa's original, particularly in character roles. He notes, with no disrespect to one of the greatest filmmakers, or to High and Low, one of the greatest films ever made, Denzel was not going to play a shoe company executive. Instead, Washington embodies a music mogul whose once successful record company, Stack of Hits, is facing modern challenges. This shift reflects Lee's keen observation of changing music culture and its intersection with artistic integrity, a theme he relates to his own father's purist approach to music. Despite criticism about his musical choices in films, Lee passionately defends his eclectic taste, citing his deep roots in the origins of rap and his appreciation for diverse genres, from jazz to show tunes. He draws parallels to iconic reinterpretations in music history, like John Coltrane's rendition of My Favorite Things, to illustrate his own approach. The film delves into King's struggle with waning enthusiasm for the music industry, a sentiment echoed by his wife in the film. Lee, however, finds himself in a different place, maintaining his passion for storytelling into his 70s and teaching at NYU's Graduate Film School. He believes that making a living as a storyteller is a blessing, not a job. Lee expresses hope for future collaborations with Washington, dispelling rumors of Washington's retirement and affirming his belief that Washington is the greatest living actor. Highest to Lowest is set to premiere on Apple TV Plus on September 5th, promising a compelling blend of suspense, drama, and social commentary. This detailed look into the creative process has ignited further anticipation, with fans dissecting every aspect of this unique collaboration's origins. And that wraps up our deep dives for today. Stick around, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. All right, Hollywood Men fam, that's a wrap on another electrifying news cycle. We saw an epic reunion in Highest to Lowest, learned the proper way to say Denzel Washington's name, and got the inside scoop on how that iconic collaboration came to be. Don't miss out on any of the action. Smash that like button, subscribe to Hollywood Men for all your entertainment news, ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social channels to stay connected. We'll see you next time.